I learned a lot from, there's a community out there that likes to try and blindfold themselves and do something crazy. And that kicked up a lot of drama. Chris, do you want to give us the TLDR for anybody who has not seen any of that information?
Yeah, so there's a full-time content creator who's a fairly talented Monster Hunter player, and she thought that it would be fun to try this blindfolded thing. And like anybody who's ever tried to beat a game quickly, but wasn't aware of the speedrunning community, or has ever tried to, go back and do some sort of marathon, but isn't aware of kind of the communities that form around that, there are a lot of rules. Like the speedrunning community has rules, the blindfold community has rules. And so she kind of just did it as what appeared to be like, this would be entertaining, this would be fun. Seemed like she kind of just did it for her fan base. And then, like many times on the internet, you do something for your fan base and it goes a lot broader than you intended. And then, of course, there's going to be a whole lot of criticism about how you did it. And so she got a lot of criticism that, you could see through her blindfold, and that there was evidence that she was not as pure as what this community that maybe she did or didn't know existed was. And so on its own, like, I don't think there was anything wrong with the first video. I think, you just come out after that and you go, I didn't know. Like, I didn't know there were rules. And then you either decide from there to follow the rules and go back and try again and say, okay, I'm going to do this correctly now that I know how. Or you say, sorry, it was really just meant to be a little thing. And then you hope to just kind of fade back into whatever level of popularity you had before. And then everybody will just move on. Instead, she decided, I'm going to reach out to the community and figure out how this is supposed to be done. I'm going to order the right blindfold. I'm going to set it up. I'm going to put paper over this screen and over this screen, and it's all going to be very clear. And she did it. And then she got a clear, which is amazing that she did this thing that nobody thought she could do relatively rapidly. And so people started looking closer, and I came into it through Carl Jobst's video. But turns out there was a third monitor, and she had lifted her eyes so you can like see out this gap in the nose, and could see. And so that's where I think she made a poor choice. Like, seeing through the blindfold, sorry, made a mistake. But that's where it took a real turn. And so there were people upset about the first one, but I think that could have blown over. The second one is where she's made a career-altering choice.
Mike, you got any thoughts?
So I was watching this in real time.
Oh, really? Okay.
Cool. Oh, no.
I'm not a speedrunner myself, but I do enjoy the speedrunning. I have friends that do AGDQ and have been on there, and it's a blast. And it's just a great community. But it's also a community that you do not F around with. Like, you just don't. You will get exposed. And I saw Carl's Jobst, hello, you absolute legends. And sorry. And I love the man. Love him. Big hugs, big hugs. And I saw his first video where he teased the second video that was coming like a week later. On the 29th, I literally had Carl's YouTube channel on this side of my monitor, just like, refreshing it periodically throughout the day. I'm like, come on, drop that son of a B, drop that son of a B. I would agree with you, Chris, on most of what you said there. If you want to go goof around and pretend to do something or not quite do something or have some fun or whatever with your stream, more power to you. And if the blindfolded speedrunning community was like, dude, that was totally fake, and you were like, yeah, I was just screwing around with my chat, settle down, nobody would be talking about this. But when she did the first video, I don't know how much of it was her or how much of her community. I don't know. I'm not part of the, I don't follow her, watch her religiously or anything. But they literally sought out coverage from people like Asmongold on the first video. And that's where I have a little bit of maybe the motives weren't as pure or as innocent and goofy with your stream as some people might have thought. And Asmon was totally fooled. Totally
he
fooled.
was on board. The Asmon coverage is a roller coaster.
Yeah,
She
when
did
he
it. She didn't
when
do
he
it. She did it. She
yeah,
didn't do it.
there's multiple videos where he's like, I don't know, man. This looks like it. Okay, fine. Then the second video. Okay, well, maybe she can see through it a little bit, but that's still very impressive. And no doubt it is. She's good at the game. Like, nobody's debating that. Then you see the third video, and Asmon's just like, ah, crap. Yeah, this whole thing. When you double down that hard and get busted that hard,
Oh,
I don't know what you do with that besides, you know what? Maybe it's time for like 3 weeks off, go to Vegas. We'll come back and resume streams then. Like, oh my God, it was so, Carl's stuff is so fun, so good anyway. But
people are hoping for a third video, one for each.
I thought, you know, I should do this podcast today blindfolded.
My kids have a blindfold. I was thinking about introducing that.
I mean, I'm a magician. I've got 6 over here. But then I thought, yeah, I could see through all them. I'm a magician. So yeah, whatever. But yeah, what a mess. It's a tremendous ride. Just go watch. Just go watch. I don't understand, and this happens with content creators all the time. Brian, I know you've done a ton of coverage on various drama bits throughout the years, whether it be 14 or other bits.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand the double down. I just can never understand the double down. You want to be a schmack and screw around on the internet and you get caught? Fine. Take your lump, walk away. Stop the double down is the dumbest portion of any internet drama.
Video either.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Just make.
And if you have a ukulele, break it.
Just go live with some other type of content, and if people come into your stream or your comments and say something, just have a simple canned, "Yeah, I was just joking around. Won't do it again."
Yeah.
But like the whole emotional crying on the bear rug, "We're sorry" video, like that's not going to work either.
Got absolutely ripped apart. Like absolutely.
The double down was crazy.
Yeah.
The mod going on Asmon's stream and saying he's a physician and he can tell, like it just everything about it just poured gasoline on the fire.